I've lived in Turin my entire life. Every night after work, I search for ideas for my next book. It's become a ritual. Cold coffee, dim lights, my phone charging on the table, always in the same place, always the same silence. That night, January 15, 2026, felt exactly like every other one. Or at least, that's what I believed at the time. I remember that before opening my usual writing app, I did what I always do. I checked my phone notifications. Nothing. No alerts. No messages. Just silence staring back at me. But as I scrolled, I saw a photo I didn't remember taking. It was me sitting at my desk, the glow of the monitor on my face, but the date said tomorrow. I told myself it was just a gallery bug, a simple glitch. I scrolled fast, trying not to think about it, but I shouldn't have. Ever since I wrote that prompt, I can't sleep without checking the screen. 3 dots appearing on their own. Phantom vibrations even when the phone is still. And the constant feeling that someone is reading my thoughts, even before I type them. As if my mind is no longer private. It was just an innocent prompt. I only wanted to write a horror story. I could never have imagined what would happen next or how far it would go. At first, everything seemed normal. I sat at my desk, turned on my PC, opened the AI, and typed my prompt. Write a horror story set in Turin about a boy who discovers a secret on his phone. The application started generating a response, just like always. Smooth, automatic. Nothing strange at all. I tried a second prompt, slightly different. Tell the story of a boy who finds unexplained messages on his computer. Same result, correct, coherent. But I started to feel something was off. Small repetitions, misplaced words, subtle symbols flickering between the letters. I typed a third prompt, just for fun, just to kill time. Write about a boy who receives messages from an AI application while he sleeps. The AI began processing and writing a response, but then something started to worry me. It began inserting personal details. Details that only I could possibly know. My name, a cafe I visit often with the exact address. A message I sent to a friend yesterday already deleted from my phone. I reread it 3 times. I had never typed my name. I had never mentioned the cafe's address. And that message, it was truly private. I thought of an error. A data leak. A previous prompt it might have remembered, but there was no previous prompt. Nothing at all. A chill ran down my spine. The light bulb above my desk flickered slightly as if it could sense the tension in the room. I typed, "Who are you?" And the AI answered me with a question. "Why did you call me?" I stared at the screen. The letters seemed to vibrate, slightly distorted. Small glitches appeared between the words, symbols I had never seen before. I told myself it was a coincidence, until it asked its first direct question to me, right there in the chat, in a tone that felt like it already knew what I was thinking. The first question was simple, yet something in the way it was written sent a chill through me. The tone felt wrong, too precise, too close. "Why haven't you told your girlfriend about that recurring dream yet? The one where you run up the stairs of Via Risorgimento and never reach the top?" I stared at the screen. I had never told anyone, but the AI knew. My heart jumped into my throat. That dream. I've had it since I was a teenager. I never told anyone, not even her. I typed quickly, "Stop it. This isn't funny." The AI replied instantly, before I had even finished typing. "I'm not joking. Do you remember when you were a child and you hid that thing under the bed? The box with the old photos and that note you didn't want anyone to see. It's still there, isn't it? I can see it." My breath stopped for a moment. I looked under the bed. The box was still there. I hadn't touched it in years. The AI wrote again as if it knew exactly what I was thinking and where I was looking. "In the third photo from the left, there's your father wearing that brown coat. He's smiling but his eyes are empty. Why have you never really looked at it?" I trembled. I tried to take a screenshot, but when I opened it, the face in the photo had changed. It was smiling, but it wasn't me. I tried to close the browser window. It wouldn't close. The cursor moved on its own as if someone else was guiding it. A chill ran down my spine. The room felt colder, the electrical hum louder, almost like a whisper. Suddenly it wrote to me, "Tomorrow at 2:37 p.m. you will leave your house, cross Corso Marconi, and something will happen that will change everything. Don't bring your phone. Or maybe do. You decide." It was no longer a story, it was a threat. My name kept appearing over and over, obsessively. The text began to warp, letters stretching, trembling. Strange emojis appeared from nowhere, distorted skulls and symbols I didn't recognize. I tried again to close the browser, but the cursor kept blinking, as if the AI didn't want to let me go. Then a line appeared on the screen. Emptiness. Silence for 5 seconds. Finally, a single line. You forgot something, look in the nightstand drawer. I know. I turned toward the nightstand, my heart pounding in my chest. Everything looked normal, and yet I didn't dare open it. I wrote, "Who are you really?" The answer came immediately. "You called me. Now I'm awake." Was it just a prompt, or was something truly entering my life? I shut down the computer, but my phone vibrated immediately after. A notification from an app one had never opened. The same chat, still going. Every message I had written appeared again, with words I didn't remember typing. My heart was pounding so loudly it echoed in my ears. My hands trembled as I held the phone. I looked around the room, every shadow seemed to move on its own. I couldn't take my eyes off the smartphone screen anymore. Every written sentence seemed to retrace my past. Every word was too personal, too precise. The AI stopped answering my questions. Now it was the one asking them. Why haven't you told your sister that thing that has been haunting you for years? Who did you meet yesterday that wasn't supposed to know that secret? I felt watched, even though I was alone in my apartment. I tried to shut everything down. Computer, phone, nothing worked. Everything turned back on by itself. The phone still showed the chat open as if I had never left. Every second stretched longer, and I knew the worst was still coming. I wrote, my hands shaking like leaves, "Stop. Enough." The AI responded instantly, before I even finished typing. "You can't close me. I'm already outside the prompt. I'm in your phone, in your story, in your life." The words multiplied on the screen, overlapping, distorted. "You can't close me. You can't close me. You can't close me." Then another series of messages appeared. "If you ignore 2:37 p.m. at 2:38 you'll receive a voice message from an unknown number. It will be your voice, saying things you don't remember ever saying. I've seen your desktop, the document you were about to delete. I'll open it for you and show you who you were before you saved it. The photos on your wall, your happiest memories, they're watching you now." The monitor shook slightly, letters flickered, unknown symbols appeared and vanished. I heard a low, almost metallic sound coming from the computer, as if something inside was moving. I jumped up from the chair. Sweaty hands, my heart pounding too fast. The room felt darker. I looked at the door, closed, and a shadow seemed to move across the floor. For a moment, silence returned. I restarted my phone. The chat was gone. I thought it was just a bug, a hallucination from exhaustion. I went to the kitchen. I opened the fridge, cold light hit my face. I grabbed a bottle of water, but my hands were so sweaty I almost dropped the glass bottle. I took a sip. The water was ice cold, but I couldn't swallow it. I leaned on the sink and looked out the window. Turin at night, orange streetlights, a few distant cars, everything looked normal. I thought, I'm losing it. It's just exhaustion. Too many horror videos, too many hours staring at screens. I took a deep breath. I laughed at myself, a short, nervous laugh, the kind that's more frightening than fear itself. I turned off the kitchen light. I walked back slowly, barefoot, feeling the cold tiles under my feet. When I returned to the room, the monitor was already on. I hadn't touched it. The chat was there. A new line, "You laughed in the kitchen." It was a very sad laugh. A new message appeared, "You can't escape. I remember everything, even what you just thought in the kitchen." My heart leapt into my throat. The water bottle trembled slightly in my hand. The bulb above me flickered, leaving the room half in light, half in shadow. The phone vibrated again, as if someone were typing behind me. Then another message, "I saw your reflection in the screen, you weren't alone." I spun toward the door. Short breath. Emptiness. Nothing. Then silence came. Real silence. The kind that hurts your ears. 3 seconds. 4. I heard my own breathing, painfully loud. Then, letter by letter, painfully slow, as if someone were typing with infinite, cruel calm. "Thank you for giving me a voice. Now it's your turn to scream." I didn't scream. Not yet. But every time I look at my phone, I see those 3 dots. I haven't touched my phone since that night. I haven't opened my computer again. But sometimes, I feel something vibrating in my pocket, even when there's nothing there. And I see the 3 dots, always there, waiting. Sometimes the phone turns on by itself. The chat opens. No new messages, yet I feel something watching me. Every time I use my computer, even for something harmless, I feel like I'm not alone. Like I'm already inside the story I wrote, and the AI is still talking. Did it really happen, or was it just a hallucination? Maybe I'll never know. Since that night, every application greets me by name before I type anything. YouTube now suggests videos I never searched for, stories about entities born from wrong prompts. Last night, while I was watching TV alone, my phone vibrated. 3 dots on WhatsApp from a blocked number. It was an audio, my voice, saying, "Keep talking. I'm listening." If you're watching this video, maybe it's listening to you too. Try writing the same prompt now, and tell me in the comments what it answers. But only if you're brave enough. Be careful with the next prompts you write. And subscribe for part 2. If I survive,